bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Soldier Field. This will make it into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The drive starts with a completion left side. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this will be a Bears first down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
To throw is Walker. Throwing on first down. Flushed out right. Pass complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now left side on the swing pass. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. Heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish him off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They give it off here to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the 1st down. At the 45-yard line. Off the bootleg, Walker. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. At the 44-yard line. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Walker. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll get this only to a gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, Burrow. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From just inside the 20, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Walker on 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 10-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
He was taken down by
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
First down, Patriots.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening week. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. They will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On third down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Here comes Cohen. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 47-yard line.
The The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Walker. His throw incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Walker. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. That's complete. Okwuegbunam. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, Burrow. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Albert Okuebuna in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. An extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
The score, Patriots 21, Bears 6.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake. Walker going deep this time for Miller. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The pass. 3-yard loss on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will score. It's 6 for the Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
There's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Burrow on first down. He's going to fire deep for Ratley. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now it's Burrow. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite of a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's saying that shit wide open. That's my thought.
The Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Here's Walker on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Duke Dawson picks it. Takes this one back into
glad he overthrew that.
Defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
So now the Pats offense comes on, and they'll try for the 2-point conversion. They'll let Mixon try to run it in.
Oh, come on, Mix.
Comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. this about 5 yards deep. He'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, so they have decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the
shit.
football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some
I need
really
to
high
steal that
percentage
play.
throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Walker. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Walker steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And I think that one might
Man, that's in. That's in.
out of bounds.
Oh, Lord. That's tripping.
Incomplete. Back now at Soldier Field.
Oh, traded JJ Watt.
It's football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Get him.
Chase down left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position on 1st down. Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to the 24-yard line. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 24-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Oh, good shit.
Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Should have went to the little running back.
3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Burrow.
Good hand.
Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration
Good shit.
there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And that is not going to
Wow, he missed that.
It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
This motherfucking wind serious over
You
there.
got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
Certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now they get down the field quickly and somehow get
They was downfield.
one more time. They have a different ball game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Now Walker from the gun, he'll throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And the Patriot 1st down.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 50. 15 before they drop him. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown.
95.
A 13-yard touchdown run. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6
I got to miss him, but I got to get him in the game.
Really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. And on that one, the protection just broke
Good
down.
shit, Davenport.
You got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. A quick toss out.
Ooh, good shit.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. Ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Option play, and Walker's going to run with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Chicago Bears.
Down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Good shit.
My goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
That shit was open, though. I probably would do that, too.
I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and find another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Good game, my man.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Pats, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.